Today we shall see supplementary from the 6th standard new book. The name of the supplementary is Spices of India. This is by Sri Devi. In India, spices are the soul of food. So whatever food we are preparing, we always use the spices, different types of spices. It is the soul of food. As the body has the soul, without the soul the body has no value. Like that, without these spices there is no value for the food, especially the Indian spice, especially in India. When we think of the spices, we not only think about the colorfulness, the tasty, but also the healthy food. Even this spices is the remedies for a lot of disorders. So when we think of spices, we think of tasty and healthy food. Both the taste, it gives us the taste, and also the health. Not only the color, not only the flavor, not only the taste, but also the health. Many of the spices are added in our food to balance nutrition and to keep us healthy. So we Indians use spices to balance our nutrition. Balance our nutrition means the minerals, vitamins, the nutritions, everything we have to balance. So that's why we use spices, and also it keeps us healthy. And they add flavor. These spices, they add flavor and nutrients to dishes. What is flavor? That is the bitter, the sour, the sweet, salty, that different types of taste we say, that is the flavor. So they add flavor and also the nutrients. What are the nutrients? The protein, vitamin, fats, carbohydrates, minerals, etc. These gives, so these spices adds both the flavor and also the nutrients to the dishes, and without fat and calories, especially without any fat and calories. And the very important spices in our Indian food which we use in our regular dishes are cumin, mustard, pepper, cloves, fennel, cinnamon, and turmeric. When we take about the Indian food, we always remember it as spicy curry. We always say it, we always remember about the spicy. So we say it is a spicy curry. Curry is a word from the Tamil language. The word curry means sauce. So this curry is the word from the Tamil language. We used to roast. You'd have been seen moms preparing the spices powder. They used to roast it, and then they used to powder it. All the spices they used to roast and powder and keep it well. And we also cook the curry by putting all this roasted and powdered mixture of spices, and also the condiments. What is that? Condiments means the salt, the sauce, that and all we are using, so that we say condiments. The salts, the baking sodas, the spices, the sauce, that and all we are using, that we say condiments. And herbs, we used to put the curry leaves, coriander leaves, that and all we used to put. So we prepare the curry by using the roasted and powdered mixture of spices, condiments, and the herbs. Which part of the tree or plant we are using here is, we use all the parts of the herb. That is, we use the flower, that is a clove we are using, that is a flower. Leaves, the coriander leaves, the mint, the curry leaves, the basil, everything is the leaf. And the root we used to use that turmeric, ginger, that and all is the roots. And barks, cinnamon is the bark. And the seeds, the mustard, black pepper, cumin seeds, everything are the seeds, and the bulbs, the garlic we use, no, that is a bulb, are combined to produce a great flavor. So we use all these parts of the tree or all these parts of the plants, that is flowers, leaves, roots, barks, seeds and bulbs, we combine together to produce a very great flavor to our dish. What is that flavors? Already we have seen the other slide. So flavors mean sweet, spicy, aromatic fragrance. So when our mom cooks in the kitchen, we used to get that aromatic. Keeping the aromatic aroma, feeling the aromatic itself, we can say what our mom is preparing in the kitchen. So it is aromatic fragrant, tart and mild, pungent. The taste of the ginger is pungent, sour the lemon, and the hot and sharp chilies. So all this is the, we say that is flavor: sweet, spicy, aromatic fragrant, tart and mild, pungent, sour, hot and sharp. So spices, when we cook with rice or with meat, fish, vegetables, it gives us a savory taste. The taste of the dishes which we use, dishes when we use these spices, it gives a very superb taste and very nice flavored. So it makes us to eat more and more and more because of the taste which is given by the spices. When we think of the spices, it is not only about the delicious, it is not only about the flavor, it is not only about the taste, but apart from that, spices also bring in mind about the adventure. So what is that adventure? Adventure means in search of something new, searching something new around the world, we say it is adventure. So for our Indian spices, there was a very great adventures around the world. Colonizations of Americans and Asians has its roots in spice trade. So the Americans and the Asians people came to India especially for the spice trade. So they were in need of spices because of the tasty tastes. So it gave the adventurous. It was the adventurous towards India. In 1492, Columbus came to India. Actually, he planned to come to India, but he went towards the west. So from the Europe, if he goes towards the west, they used to reach the America. But this man doesn't know he's going to reach the America. But he went to America, and there he discovered America and also the chilies there. So he brought the chilies from America to our India and also to the other parts of the world. And after 6 years, next proceeding the Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama planned to come to India to get the spices from India. So he exactly planned to come around the Africa, and he reached the India. Especially in India, he reached the Kozhikode, which is the home of peppers. In India, the spices are the important parts of Indian trade. So all the exports were doing from the old ancient times. There was a exporting trade in India. Spices are traded. We were trading with other countries like Mesopotamia, China, Sumeria, Egypt, and Arabia. So these all the countries around the world came towards India in search of spices because of its taste, flavor, richness, everything. And not only the spices we were trading, we also traded the perfumes and also the textiles. So this was before 7,000 years ago. How great our Indian people is. So this 7,000 years before we were trading, no, that is even before the Rome and Greek civilization. It is the oldest civilization in the world, but even before that, we were exporting, we were in the trade of perfumes, textiles, and spices. Even about this clove, there is a writings in the Indian epics. Epics is the very ancient writings of the country. Okay, in Indian epics, there was a writing about the clove, which is dating back to the Roman Empire, that is in the 1st century CE. So in the 1st century itself, there is a writing about the clove. So just imagine how our spices were in those days, how great our Indian spices are. And there was a much yielding cost for all our spices, because those days it was very costly, but now it has come to our hands very easily. But in those days it was very costly. 1 pound of ginger is nearly a price of a sheep, and 1 pound of maize is nearly a price of a 3 sheep, and or half price of a cow. Here, in all the spices in India, pepper is called the crown jewel. So it is like a king of all the spices in India. So pepper is the most important spices in India. In India, the cardamom, cloves, ginger, mace and nutmeg used to go towards the whole world. It went towards the whole world kitchen to give the flavor. All these spices, cardamom, clove, ginger, mace, nutmeg, it went around the world to flavor all the kitchens in the world. Here it is only about the pepper. All these information is only about the pepper, because already I told it is the crown jewel. It is just like a king of the spices in India. So it is also called as black gold, because it is costlier in those days. Now it is okay, but in those days it was very costlier. So it was called as black gold. Most price traded from Kerala coast. From this pepper is mostly traded from the Kerala, especially in Kerala around the India, and this was exported to North and West Asia, towards the Asia, the northern side and the western side of the Asia. This trade has spread to all the other countries like Greece, Rome, Europe, China and Islamic Empire. So with these countries we were having our trade contacts. Then this started growing. This pepper has been started growing before 500 years ago. 5,000 years ago. So for more than thousands and thousands years, we have such a great spices in Indian soil. Romans sent 120 ships a year. For a year, 1 year, they used to send 120 ships from Egypt to bring pepper from India. So it was such a great spice. It is all about the cinnamon. This cinnamon adds flavor and helps to preserve. So it gives a very nice aromatic. When our mom used to prepare, we used to feel it, no? So it gives a very nice aroma. It doesn't add as flavor, but also it preserves. It makes the other spices to get preserved well. The Chinese wrote about the cinnamon in 2700 BCE in the very ancient books in China. There was an intimation about our cinnamon. Then the world is paying a good price for our spices, especially for the cinnamon. The Venetians, they grew rich by taxing cinnamon brought to Europe and Mediterranean from India. By taxing for this they grew rich. India uses it for a long time. So we Indian people, it is ours, no? So we Indian people use it for a very long time. That long time goes beyond thousands and all, no? So Greeks, Romans and Egyptians bought cinnamon from India. So these countries, very great countries like Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, they used to get cinnamon from India. Let's see a very short and sweet mind map about the supplementary, which we have gone through these slides. Spices of India, it has a very ancient history, more than thousands, more than few thousands. And because of the spices, there was a great voyages like Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus. They had a very great voyages, and it is nutritious. It is exported from our country even before some thousand years. It gives a very great flavor for our dish. It gives tasty for our dish. It is costlier too. It has created a great adventure for all the other countries in the world, and it has a very good trading link between the other world and the India. It is a healthy thing for our food. So it has a very ancient history. It made to set the voyages. It is very nutritious. We had exporting the spices. It gives flavor, tasty. It is also costlier. It made the other people to get a great interest in adventure. We were trading the spices to all around the world. It is a healthy thing. Here we have the answers for all the questions. There are 5 questions in the supplementary. So just see the video and write the answers in your fair notes. I love Indian food. It's my favorite cuisine. I love the mixture of spices and the subtle flavors. It's really erotic. The spices are so sensuous. So this is a wordings from a person who is out of India about our spices. All my love and thanks for you for watching me with love. Thank you.